Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out, here with Carl Greaves at Fight Academy. Everything's live on Fight Zone. Second night in a row. Fight Academy's been pretty successful tonight so far. What have you made of the fight so far?
Great night, great occasion, fantastic setup. It's what we need, innit? It's what small all boxing needs on a bigger scale. There are going to be some good fights coming up, good top of the bills, good chief supports, and an undercard full of local talent. So it's what we need. It's what boxing's been crying out for.
I think you're spot on when you say for small hall shows they need things that stand out. Outdoors, it's in the summer. Obviously the first week it was raining, but days like this you can't really beat it, can you?
No, lovely. I walked in, I was well impressed. Obviously Dennis Hobson and the team's done a fantastic job. Great setup, and the kids have got something to work for. Looking forward to fighting on shows like this.
Are you going to be going to any more? I know there's one in Malta as well. It'd be nice to get a holiday whilst watching some boxing.
Yeah, I'm actually back next week. I've got Stanley Stannard boxing, who I train as well. He's on the show. And I've got James Rayworth, who I manage. He's on the show as well. Both of them coming prospects. So, yeah, I'll be back next week. I mean, I've got Levi Giles on tonight. And I've just had Lee Connolly put up a great fight as the away fighter against Calvin McCord, the Scottish champion.
The busiest man in boxing, probably.
Yeah,
One of.
Yeah, I'm a busy lad, mate. Yeah, train, manage, matchmake, promote. So looking forward to getting back promoting now. It's been a long time. September, I'm back at the Morningside Arena, Leicester. Great venue, 3,000 seater, and possibly having the Fight Zone cameras there. So that'll be great for the lads.
What are your plans with that then going forward? Have you only got one show planned, or are you going to plan to do more than that? And have you got fights specifically that you want to make? Obviously it's going to be hard because it's so far in advance, but...
Yeah, I want to put a good card on. I've made Kyle Haywood against Ryan Amos for the vacant Midlands area super welterweight title. I'm going to be having Callum Blottley on the card and Stanley Stannard, full of talent, all local talent, all lads that I manage. I'm looking at doing a 10 to 15 fight card depending on what stipulations the board are putting in by then. And obviously having Fight Zone there, filming it as well, it's great for the lads.
Could you take inspiration from this, just like we said at the start, doing something different? And if you were to do something different, what have you got in mind?
Well, I mean, obviously first and foremost I'm going to a big venue, a big TV venue as a small old promoter. It's a TV venue show, so obviously you've had Frank Warren there, you've had Barry McGuigan there, and it's a 3,000 seater. It's a big thing for me and big for the lads. So obviously it's all depending on the stipulations and the regulations the board are going to put in control, have in order by then. So I'm just waiting to see what they're going to say, and I'm hoping that things will be back to normal by then and we can crack on and have a great show.
Brilliant, look forward to seeing that. David Avanesyan, what's the latest on him? When did you last see him?
Yeah, I mean, he's in Russia training. We're just waiting on a date. He's had his mandatory for the European ordered. He's gone to Perspid, 16th of June. Jordi Weiss from France, I think that's how you say his name. So we're going to see he's unbeaten. So yeah, we're still European champion. I know there's a lot of rumours flying about that he's vacated. He hasn't vacated yet. So we're just waiting to see what happens. I mean, obviously we will vacate if a big opportunity comes up for a final eliminator for a world title or a world title fight, but let's just see. I mean, after David's last fight, he deserves a big opportunity after the Josh Kelly fight, and let's just see what can happen. But at the moment, he's still European champion, and he's been ordered to defend his European title. He's gone out to Perspids.
Now, a lot of people, when they talk about David Avanesyan, they mention the Conor Benn fight. People say Conor Benn almost has too much to lose because of how dangerous Avanesyan can be. How would you sell that fight to people who might not necessarily know who Avanesyan is right now? And how would you sell it to Conor Benn as well? Because there might be bigger names out there that more people know. It might be better for him in terms of like popularity. But how would you sell that fight to him?
Yeah, well, I think it's a backward step for David. I mean, it's a forward step for Conor, obviously. I mean, David's a big name. He's coming off a big win. He's European champion. It's a title that Conor wants. But it's a backward step for David. Listen, if the fight happens and it got made, obviously we'll take it as a European title defence. But I personally think that David's above that level now. He's proved it. He's had 4 back-to-back victories, all defences, stoppages for the European title, and he's proved his world level, and he wants to have a crack at a world title. So the way forward to getting a world title shot. He's obviously eliminator or final eliminator, so that's what we want. But I think that Conor's a backward step. If the fight got made, of course we would take it. It's a massive fight in this country, especially after David's name getting out there from the Josh Kelly fight. So let's just see. But they've not mentioned David's name once, as you know. He's going around the house, he's mentioning fight anybody in the top 15 in the world, but not one time has he mentioned David. And David's like ranked number 5 across the board in all the world governing bodies. So what a name to have on your record. I mean, it's a good fight for Conor, but you know what I mean, it's a backward step for David. But like I said, we'll definitely take if he got offered, but we really want a world title shot.
And if he was to go for world honours after defending his belt, who do you think suits him the most?
Well, I think a good fight for David, looking at the ratings with the WBC, Sean Porter's number 1 and David's number 6. I mean, David qualifies for a final eliminator for the world title. Sean Porter's silver champion. What a fight that would be. I think it's a great fight style-wise. David ain't got to go looking for him. Sean ain't got to go looking for David. So they'll meet head-on. And I think David will have his number personally. I think it's a good fight for David, and it'll get him his shot at the WBC world title, which I think Terence Crawford owns.
That's a cracking fight, and I feel like he's probably one of the most underrated fighters in boxing right now, to be honest. One more thing I do want to speak to you about is DAZN. Eddie's announced it yesterday officially. Obviously, you said you're going to be coming back. It looks like it could be on Fight Zone. Streaming platform seems to be the new wave of boxing. What do you make of Eddie specifically moving to DAZN and sort of streaming platforms as a whole?
Yeah, well, I mean, personally, I don't think you can beat obviously watching boxing on TV. You know what I mean? That's the platform for me. I mean, I'm a bit old school, but listen, I've downloaded the apps. I've got the Fight Zone app. I've got the DAZN app, and I think it's fantastic. And listen, it's great for boxing. Eddie's making big plans. I mean, obviously they've announced big plans for the Sky now. I mean, John Wisuzan's got the Sky contract, and Ben Shalom. So it's a big thing. I mean, obviously I can be working with Ultimate Boxer before, and so there'll be opportunities for me there as well. I mean, it's all good for boxing, isn't it? All these opportunities for fighters. Boxing's in a great place now. It's a massive sport, and the more shows we see on telly, the more fighters around, the more opportunities for the lad. It's great for boxing.
Brilliant, really appreciate your time. Best of luck with the promotions later on this year as well. Thank you very much, man.